Okay, hi everybody. Alright, so welcome to the third art stream for Inktober. Sorry there wasn't one yesterday. I stayed up until 4 in the morning by accident the night before, and I was very tired the next day, and I tried. I did. I really did. I was like, I'm gonna drink some caffeine and it's gonna be great, but then I got, like, a really bad migraine, and I ended up, like, just crashing. I ended up falling asleep like half on, half off my bed with my legs just like hanging in the wind because yeah, I was tired. um anyway. Hi Joe. We're gonna get to some art today since I missed out yesterday, and hopefully I'll have 2 streams to make up for the lack of a stream yesterday tomorrow. Depending on how long it takes me to do some stuff. Oh, and tomorrow is going to be a change of location for my art stream for the first time in a while. Because I will be doing it over at Alch's place because it was his birthday yesterday. So I'm going over there to give him his birthday gift and to celebrate with him. It's a bit of a surprise. I'm going over there really early in the day to put together his birthday gift for him. So this should be interesting. Alright, let's get to it, I guess. Yeah, that would be good. Let's just boot up Manga Studio here. It's taking a bit. Oh, I missed you too, Joe. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Well, fine, mute me then. I guess I don't matter. I'm kidding. I know I matter. Alright, there we go. And ta-da! Alright. So, you might notice I went ahead and colored in the tentacles without you guys. I'm not sorry, I needed to get it done. Aw. Are you still in school, Joe? I don't know that. I don't know why I don't know that, but I don't. I think I just figured, like, everyone's out of school because I'm out of school, and then I realized, oh wait, people are still in, some people still go to school, just not me. I got my bachelor's degree and then I was like, meh, I'm done. Hi Visane. I'm not sure who you are, but hi, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have you. I'm always glad to have new people on my art stream. Yay, I'm so happy for you. Graduation is so great. And like, I'm not saying like it's a bad thing when people go to school. I'm like, I think it's a really good thing. It's just like I got my bachelor's degree and for me that was enough, but I know for other people they like want to go back and get more. Like I have a couple of cousins who went and got their master's or their bachelor's degree. I know Rob got his master's degree. So, and his teaching degree at the same time, which, woo, go him. I mean, that is not easy. My mom got her master's degree in like a short 2-year program, and holy God, that almost killed us both. So much stress eating that year. Oh, hello. I know what bear you are. You're my favorite bear. Yes. Hello, Balin. Hello. It's good to have you. At least I assume you're Balin. You could also be, I don't know, like, Peter or Seaberry, although Seaberry is normally under the name Seaberry. Why are there so many bears that, like, watch my art stream? Yes, okay, I got it right. It was Balin. Haha, I know my bears. That sounds weird. Excuse me. I'm sorry. There's a lot of bears that follow me for some reason. Why? I don't know, but there are. And I get confused because they change their names sometimes. You're still my favorite bear, Balin. My brain is so gay. Joe, to be honest, I could be talking about that type of bear. You don't know. To be honest, I'm pretty sure they're both kind of bears. Is that the right color? I hope it's the right color. If not, this is gonna suck. Ah, there we go. Oh no, Balin, I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. At least now you know why I haven't been on F-list. Or F-chat, or whatever. F-list, F-chat. It's pretty much the same thing. I haven't been on because I've been doing this instead, and busy with Halloween prep. I got new Halloween decorations. I'm so happy I got new Halloween decorations. I've been stuck with only one Halloween decoration for years because Mom went and got rid of the ones that we had. So because we had more, but they're gone now. And I was very sad about that, but I got new ones because they were on sale and I was like, yeah. So I got some new Halloween decorations. It's like one of those door things that you pin up, and it's like bloody handprints and stuff, and it says "Help us." Oh, it's so creepy and cool, and I love it. And I thought I was gonna spook Mom with it, but no. My family's very immune to being spooked. The only thing that really like did it was this screaming rubber chicken thing I had for a while. Like it was one of those like you squeeze it and then when you let go it makes that screaming sound. I had one of those and I used to sneak up behind her and with it like fully primed and then let go like right behind her, and that used to do it, but she got rid of it one day when I was not home. Probably with good reason. I imagine. I was kind of obnoxious with it. I would do that, like, all the time. Hey, okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm blocking in shadows for the gray parts of my character here, Lebka. Yeah, I was kind of pernicious when I was little. Hey, I remembered the word pernicious. Go me. Sometimes my spoken vocabulary is limited because I forget words. Like a lot. I forget words a lot. Like I remember them when I'm writing for my job, and then the rest of the time my brain's like, I don't know how to do words. And I'm like, I used to do public speaking. What is this nonsense? Why is my brain not working? Public speaking. Back when I did a debate tournament, and then there was a then there was the anime club that I was the president of for 2 years. And only 2 years. And even one of those I got halfway kicked out because people were being jerk-offs. But, I mean, they asked me right back because everyone's like, I didn't realize your job was so hard. And I was like, really? Really? You didn't realize it was so hard? Even with all the times I had to yell to get you people to quiet down? We just thought you were mean. No, I was doing that because the campus supervisors kept getting pissed off that you guys were being so loud. Well, school's over. We figure we could be as loud as we want. That is not how that works. Like, I was there. The only reason you guys were, like, not being thrown off campus. I was like, yeah, this is what you get for staging a coup. And now everyone that went against me is getting their head cut off. No, I'm kidding. That did not happen. I was not the dictatorial sort of president. I was very good at my job. My job mostly being just to go talk to ASB and keep the guidance counselors off everyone's back. That was mostly my job as president. Well, I mean, that, and I helped to get it, the anime club established as, a permanent club, so it couldn't be dissolved, like, in our school district. That was fun. I did that. Me and the other anime club presidents at the other schools. That was good. I did that. I feel good about that. How much caffeine? I have actually had no caffeine today. None. I have had 0 caffeines. Wait. No, I take that back. I had a sweet tea. Shit, I forgot I had a sweet tea. How much caffeine is in an Arizona sweet tea? Because I drank the whole thing like 3 hours ago. But, I mean, I've had 3 hours to calm down and cook and eat dinner, so I'm not sure. Stop doing that, Augustine. Why do you always do that to me? I hate it. It's so annoying. And you're the only program that does that to me. Fire Alpaca and Photoshop don't do that. They're nice. They don't want to boot me off. Alright, there we go. Let's see, what else did I do today? I went out, bought Rob's gift. I would have had it earlier, like I would have had it for yesterday, but for some reason, I have no idea why. My brain was like, his birthday's on the 13th. And then Facebook was like, hey, it's Rob's birthday today. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, oops, I was wrong. I need to go out and get a gift now. So that's what I did today. And then I was shopping around some more while I was shopping for him, and I was like, oh look, yarn is on sale, and I haven't knit anything in a while, and it's getting cooler. I might as well pick up some yarn. So I got that, and I got Halloween decorations, because those were on sale. And then I got some work done earlier, which was nice. Listening to music, which is always fun. Listening to my favorite tunes. Then I put up the Halloween decorations and cleaned the dishes from last night's dinner that I was too tired to clean yesterday. And also emptied out the dishwasher. I was very productive today. I felt very proud of myself. And it's a little disorientating right now for me, like down here, because my aunts and uncles have like switched places on me. Because normally my Aunt Mel and Uncle Tim are up in Washington, so I don't really see them, but like occasionally we'll talk on the phone and I'll see what they're doing on Facebook. And my Aunt Leslie and my Uncle Steve, they live near me. But see, what happened is my Uncle Steve and Aunt Leslie decided to go on a trip to Spain. So they're in Spain right now. My Uncle Tim and Aunt Mel are down here taking care of their house for them, and also making sure my grandmother goes to her doctor's appointments, because she's 92 and can't really go on her own. And she just recently had a fall, so she's really got to go to the doctor. Anyway, so they're down to take care of her, and so it's weird because now they're there and they're living in they're staying in my Aunt Leslie and Uncle Steve's place. So it's just like, oh, it's weird. It's weird they switched places on me. And my Aunt Mel called me twice today, and I was like, no one ever calls me. What's happening? No one ever calls me. They always call Mom. What's going on? Like, I always like to say I'm the last one in the family to know anything, because it's true. Like, nobody informs me of anything because I'm the baby, and they all think I'm like, I don't know why they think I'm so helpless. I mean, I was the one that took care of Grandma for Amy's wedding. Whatever. And Mom during her chemotherapy. Well, you know what? Whatever. I don't know why they think I'm, like, not responsible, but I think it's just because I'm the youngest in the family. And the weird one, and the one with the job that no one really gets. Like, they think it's cool. They just don't really understand it. Okay. Oh, I am the baby. I am the youngest by a good 3 years. Which is weird, because on the other side of my family, on my mom's side, I'm the second oldest. And the oldest, actually, just told everyone that she's pregnant, so she's gonna have a baby. And I was like, that's great. And also, haha, your sister beat you to it. Youngest struggles, right? So I've got actually 2 cousins right now that are pregnant, and my mom's, and, who was it? My mom the other day was like, oh yeah, I had to sub at because my mom works at a continuation high school, which means it's all the kids who couldn't hack it at the regular school, and some of them are like students who are 18 and coming back. Others are like the reason why they couldn't make it is because they got pregnant. Like we have a very large population of those. So my mom was actually subbing at the daycare that they have on campus for that, and she was holding a baby. She's like, I forgot how it's nice it is to hold a baby in my arms. And I'm like, I'm not having a baby anytime soon. You're just gonna have to accept that. I was like, I'm not even dating anyone right now. I think you're gonna have to wait a while. She's like, I don't want one right now. You live with me. I was like, oh, thank God. I always get very nervous when the topic of babies comes up because I'm always like, I'm almost 30. People expect things of me by now. Like, half of my friends are married. And I'm just like, I don't even have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or anything. I don't have like a significant other in any kind of sense. I'm not even really dating all that much. Like, I'm trying, it's just not working out very well. And which is hilarious because if you watch the streams, you know I'm pretty thirsty. What is it? Izzy, who is one of my followers on Tumblr, sent me this. Oh no, that was Percy who sent that, where it was like, so, this guy watching porn, and oh god, I've forgotten the story. It was really funny though. That's great. Great job there, Red. Way to just blue ball people about a story. I'm gonna turn on some music because I'm just kind of rambling at this point, and that's never any good. It's never any good when I ramble because then it gets weird. Like when I was younger, I used to go on rants like the ranting Swede from that show Shaun the Sheep way back when in the 90s. Does anybody else remember?
It's 19 hours.
I remember Shaun the Sheep, and thank you, computer. Alright, so where is it? There it is. Alright. So I'm gonna have some music. While I work on the second step of the shading process, which is selecting an area and using my gradient tool with a layer set on multiply. Wanna follow where she goes. I think about it if she knows it. I wanna let it take control. As every time she gets closer, she pulls me in enough to keep me guessing. Maybe I should stop and start confessing. Oh, I go shaking, you know it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. Don't take it my cases, I tear up my reputation, manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. Nothing holding me back. Nothing holding me back. She's never afraid. Just picture everybody naked. She doesn't make to wait. Yeah, into hesitation. Pulls me in enough to keep me guessing. Maybe I should stop and start confessing. Oh, I've been chicken. You love it when you go crazy. I take all my inhibitions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. It took me places that tear up my reputation and manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. Nothing holding me back. So we lost our minds and we took this way too far. I know we'd be alright. We would be alright if we were by my side. We know stumbled in the dark. I know we'd be alright. We would be alright as if we lost our minds and we took the way too far. I know we'd be alright. No, we would be alright if we were by my side. Stumbled in the dark. I know we'd be alright. We would be alright. Oh, I go chicken. You know that when you go crazy, you take all my inhibitions. Baby, it's nothing holding me back. In my creases, I tear up my reputation, manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. No. There's nothing holding me back. It's over if you're with me, baby. There's nothing holding me back. Okay, now check back in with the chat. That was There's Nothing Holding Me Back by Shawn Mendes. Because I both like not popular music and popular music at the same time. Like, I really like metal, but then also I like pop music because I'm a weak person and earworms just get to me very easily. I'm weak. I have no impulse control whatsoever. That's wrong. I have some impulse control. I just insist on ignoring it most of the time. There's nothing wrong with pop. I'm just like sometimes I say that and then people like get all like uppity about it. And like in my area, it's all about like rap and country with very little in between. And I'm like, I'm not big on either one of those genres. Like, there's some rap that I enjoy. It's just, oh god, I can't stand most country. Like, I like I guess there's this genre called dark country that I'm into, and like folk songs. I like folk music is what I should really put it. So I like that, but I can't stand the type of country that's like twangy. Like, for real, like the twang of modern country kills me. It makes me want to like grab a guitar and smash it over someone's head. Like, what was that cartoon? That like really old cartoon where that was what he used to do, is he used to bash people's over the head with a guitar. And I'm like, that's what I want to do anytime I like listen to really twangy country. It's just, oh god, it's so awful. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. It drives me absolutely insane. Like, I had to leave a bar that I actually really like once because they have this jukebox and somebody was putting like country songs on like repeat or like mixing them in with like just rap songs I don't particularly have any invested interest in. And I was like, and I'm done. Like, I have to leave now. And they're like, but the food here is so good. I'm like, I know, and I don't even care because the music is killing me. I think it's because, like, when I was little, I listened to, like, classic to heavy rock with my mom. Like the Beatles, but then also like one of my favorite songs growing up was Bad to the Bone. It was like my utmost favorite song when I was a child, and it did not get better from there. It just got worse. Like, my sister got me hooked on Evanescence, and from there I went to Within Temptation, and then I just got into like alternative heavy metal and like classic heavy metal, which, oh gosh, it's just so good. So good. And definitely like my favorite is my favorite metal band is Avenged Sevenfold, because like when my mom and my grandfather both developed cancer around the same time, and my grandfather died like right when my mom found out she had breast cancer, and it was a really hard time for me, and that's when Avenged Sevenfold came out with their Nightmare album, and it was like it was like when their drummer was dying, and he had, like, there was a couple tracks on there that were dedicated to him, and I absolutely like bawled to a ton of them, and it's really what got me through, you know, that time, because like it was a hard time for me, because my grandfather was basically my male role model growing up, because, you know, my dad wasn't around because he was dead, so that was so casual. Yeah, my dad was dead, so I used to get so emotional when I said that. Like, I cried once at the Canadian border when somebody asked me where my dad was. Like, we're trying to get back into the country at the US Canadian border, and I'm sitting there like sobbing because the lady at the desk is like, "And where's your father, little girl?" And I'm like, "He's dead." And she's like, "What?" And my mom's like, "He's dead." That's the story of how I almost got left at the Canadian border because they thought my mom had killed my dad and had abducted me. Fun times. It was a great day that I spent in Canada. I'd like to clarify, nobody ever kidnapped me. My mom is, in fact, my mom, and I was just a very emotional child. Tom and Jerry with the whisker plucking episode. I actually like the whisker plucking episode of Tom and Jerry. Like, old-fashioned country I can get behind, because old-fashioned country does not have twang. I don't know what it is, but it's like modern country is the one that has the twang, and I hate it. I think it's because, like, growing up, I had this babysitter, and she would play K-Frog all the time. And K-Frog only had, like, or at least in my area, would only play, like, the same 5 country songs on repeat over and over and over again. Like, this is also the babysitter that's responsible for the reason why I don't like Hello Dolly, even though Hello Dolly is an amazing musical. Like, I don't like it because I had to listen to that freaking soundtrack on repeat for months. Like, not weeks. Months. Oh, it drove me insane. So, like, I think that's why I don't like modern country. Because, yeah. It's like that whiny kind of, like, twang sound, and I just, I hate it so much. Like, I don't mind banjos. In fact, I actually kind of like banjos. It's just, like, I like, folksy songs, and bands like right now I'm kind of into the Dead South. They're pretty cool. But, like, they are not twangy. They are more, like, folk grass, like, style. Which I like. Like, that's the kind of country I like. It's just, oh, God, the twang. Twang kills me. I hate Garth Brooks. And no offense to Blake Shelton, because he's a cool guy, but I don't like his music. I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't. Okay, so now we got the highlights done. So now it is time for texture. We're going to do 3 different types of texture here because I got a different texture for this, this, and this. So we're going to start with the straps here, and then we're going to go on to this part, and then finally we'll do the sleeves. Or maybe I'll do the sleeves second. I don't know. Doesn't really matter because either way, it's all going to get done. We're going to use some specialty brushes here, and I'm going to go back to my music. Okay, let's use this one this time. Running around, but I've turned on my name. So you know that I knew that I'd build you up. Running around, going round, everybody in LA. Cause you know that I knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you. What you expect? Cause you are going home with me tonight. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. You just get the thought of me with someone new. You just want attention. I know from the start. Just thinking, sure I'll never get over you. Oh, running round, that dirt all on my name. Cause I knew that I'd build you up. Another way, staring face to face. Already know that you want. Oh, I know that dress is karma. If you regret, you got me thinking about when you were mine. Oh, now I'm all up on you. What you expect? You're coming home with me tonight. Just want attention. You know, for my heart. Maybe you just thought of me with someone new. You just want attention. You knew from the start. You're just thinking, sure I never get over you. Oh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you. What you expect? You ain't coming home with me tonight. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. Maybe you just think the thought of me with someone new. You just want attention. You knew from the start. You just keep thinking, sure I never get over you. You, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? What are you doing? Attention. I knew from the start. I'm just working, sure I never getting over you. Okay, back to the chat. Oh, okay. Well, okay, so, alright, so I've already brought in one texture. That was, okay, you're back. You didn't miss much. I put in a Marble texture for the jewelry, because, I know I said this in a previous stream, but I'm going to repeat it, because this is a new stream. this is my Pathfinder character, and this is when he starts off at like first level, so I'm not trying to like give him a ton of like really expensive jewelry or anything, especially since he's a witch from the damn it, brain, from the Riverlands, which I guess is a setting in Pathfinder. So he's not especially rich, even though he does spend his time fleecing the rich, basically, to have a place to stay the night most of the time. But since he's still first level, I couldn't give really, and I didn't have a lot of like money, so I was like, for his character, so I was like, I can't really justify him wearing like a crap ton of gold jewelry because he's not rich, and then I would have to explain that to my DM, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I was like, I'm just gonna give him some like jewelry that he could basically make himself, or buy on the cheap. So it's like wood, or it's made of bone, which is his hair pick actually is made of bone. And then like for instance, this thing around his neck is like wood and like polished stone and like cheap gems, like you're like cheap gemstones, so basically like quartz or something. It's not expensive or anything like that. It would basically be like the cheapest thing you could get at the time, and probably something that he either like inherited from his mother or got like from an admirer back in the day. He's not very like Lepka. He's not very how should I put this? He's not the kind of guy to cling to things out of attachment, but he does like shiny things. He likes pretty stuff. So I was like, I have to give him something. Like, this is totally a guy that would wear jewelry just for the sake of wearing jewelry. So I needed to give him something. So I gave him some pretty but like basic jewelry that I could basically give to anyone, because I wanted him to blend into the setting very well. And it's the same with his clothes. I wanted to give him like very basic kind of like rustic clothes that have seen some wear and tear but still look good on him in like darker colors, because those would this would be available to him. And you can't see it in this picture because it's not there, but in his first pick, actually, I can bring it up. He's got a kilt on, and it's like, it's very dark because it's like black watch colors. And the funniest thing is, I'm pretty sure this is actually the Armstrong kilt that I gave him for the clan Armstrong, because I was like, I'm not gonna give him the Coming Clan kilt. That's too red, and I've used it too much recently, so I'm just gonna give him the other clan that I'm associated with. The other clan I'm related to. Alright, so now that we've finished all the dark colors, we're going to go ahead and get rid of those color palettes because I don't need them anymore. We're going to bring in some new color palettes. One for the wood that's going to be around this part of the jewelry, and one for the bone white that's going to be for the whites of the eyes, his teeth, and the bone pick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to file import image. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, come on. Just crack already. Tension in my neck. Crack. Please crack. No? Okay, fine. I'll just suffer. So, let's see. Let's bring up the big one. And then we're going to go ahead and zoom in so I can find a color palette that I like for said things I said I was going to do. So I think for the wood... Okay, I think I'm going to use that one for the bone white colors. We're going to start off with the middle shade, which is going to be our base. And then the dark shade, which is going to be the shadow. No, you know what? That's too dark, so we're not going to go with those after all. Too dark. Need something a little lighter, just a bit lighter than that. Let's see. No, too green. Yeah, okay, that might work. All right, let's use that one. All right, so we're gonna swoop. So that's gonna be the base. Remember, folks, always remember to stay on the correct layer. And then that's gonna be our shadow. I hate hopping back and forth between layers, but oh well, that's how you do it. Okay, and then that's gonna be our highlight. What I like about this new coloring technique is I only have to pick out 3 colors instead of picking out like 5, which is what I was doing with the other one, which is why shit took forever. Ooh. Do I want to use that palette? I do want to use that palette. All right, so we're going to use this color palette for the wood. Dang it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then up here, take the dark color for the shade. That's going to be our highlight. So we'll bring in more gold tones. Okay, here we go, we're good. All right, that's the only 2 we needed. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to put down our base colors on 2 separate layers. And then we're going to go into the rest of the coloring process. We're going to start with the pale color because there's more of it. So we're going to go in with our pen tool and basically draw in the areas where we're going to need that color. Erase when we accidentally go outside the lines. Which actually happens quite a bit for me, which is no problem. I don't mind going back and erasing. And you may realize right now that the background is kind of grayish green, and the whole reason why that's there is actually so that I can see what's going on with my colors better. It helps me not to blink out and actually recognize when a color is white or black. So if you go too dark in your base background or just doing the foreground colors of your characters, you can lose a sense of how the colors actually look, which I've learned over time through practice. Yay, practice. All right, so I'm gonna get that down, and I'm gonna go in, clean it up. Why are these lines so thin? Because I made them thin, that's why. Okay, and I'm gonna bring up some music while I do this. Better for your head, better head, sneeze, shut eye. I still can't really sing along to this song. No. Oh, for the love of God. Yeah, okay. No. Okay. Let's drive into the night. set up and go, leave our woes behind. That's so easy if you just gave it to might. Set up and go, leave it all behind. Baby, I just wanna get it right. Let's just make it slow, hoping you don't mind. It's so easy if you're not another night. So with the flow, leave it all behind. With the flow, leave it all behind. Crap. The flow, leave it all behind. Baby, let's drive into the night. Let's go on the go, leave our woes behind. It's so easy if you just say what you might. You step up and go, leave it all behind. Baby, I just wanna get it right. Let's just take it slow, little bit you don't mind. It's so easy if you just another night. Let's go in the flow, leave it all behind. Let's drive into the night. Just get up and go. Leave our worries behind. It's so easy if I'll just say what you might. Just get up and go. Leave it all behind. Baby, let's drive to get away tonight. Give all your bags. Start another life. Change right now. We gonna live all those left. Gotta go. Leave it all behind. Babe, I just wanna get it right. Yes, let's make it slow. I bet you don't mind. It's so easy.
It's 1930.
Another night. So with the flow, leave it all behind. With the flow, leave it all behind. The flow, leave it all behind. Okay, check back in with the chat. Oh. Partsless for a friend and your experience. 1930. Oh, did you hear that? I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my computer, and I've set pretty much anything that tells time and is on hand for me to military time, just because it's easier for me to keep track of things that way. Also, I don't know why more people don't do military time, because or the 24-hour clock, I should really say, because God, it's so much easier. I don't have to say like 6 o'clock in the evening. I can just say I can just say 1800 hours and like have some people know what I mean. So and I just got used to it because when I was working at Jack in the Box, like way back in the day, when I was a teenager, all of our clocks were on military time, and it's actually a much easier clock to follow, all things considered. And I have my iPhone set to it and my computer as well, so it helps me keep track of time better. And I've set my computer to every half hour tell me what time it is, because if I don't do that, sometimes I forget what time it is, and then I'll forget to eat. So it's really there for my benefit. So I remember to get up and move and actually eat something. Because before I started doing that, I wouldn't. I would not get up. I would not eat. I would forget. And it was not good. Like, it's not like I lost weight doing that, because I think some people don't realize this, but sometimes if you don't eat, instead of losing weight, your body actually starts gaining weight, because when you do eat, you tend to overeat because you're hungry, because you didn't eat all day. And during the rest of the time period where you weren't eating, your body's like, you know what, I'm just going to conserve this food that you ate like 3 hours ago, or like 8 hours ago, because I don't know when my next meal is coming, and I don't know when I'm going to get my next surge of energy. So I'm just going to save what you did eat and transfer it into fat. And that's what my body does. And that's why I set my computer to tell me the time, because when I do eat, I actually end up losing weight. Or at least when I eat more frequently, I should say, instead of like waiting for like 12 hours in between meals and only eating like once or twice a day, which is what happened when I didn't have my computer remembering the time for me. And it's actually not dumb. Like, when you think about it, that's actually smart. That's actually how most people's bodies are. It's actually only a select few who are lucky enough that when they don't, or I say lucky, but really it's more like a condition that just when they don't eat, their body is just like, no, I'm just going to lose all of this. I'm just going to burn through it really quick. And that's actually much more dangerous when you think about it. Although, God knows how I operated before, because I think I used to get migraines even more frequently than I do now. And I know some of my followers have expressed concern about that, but I promise you I do not have a brain tumor. I am just fine. Getting as many migraines as I do is actually genetic. I've been over it with my doctor many times. It's just a symptom of my genetics and the hormone condition I was born with. So instead of the very few lucky people who never get migraines in their life, I get one at least once or twice a month. Most of the time it's like once a week, depending on like, what I'm doing. If I'm not, it used to be way more often, because when I was doing that whole like forgetting to eat thing, I get migraines a lot, because your brain needs protein in order to function. So if it's not getting that protein, it'll start misfiring, and that's how you get migraines. So I used to get them a lot more often, and actually, since I've started taking better care of myself, my migraines have been less frequent. I do still get them fairly often. Like, I had one yesterday because I didn't sleep at all. I was up till 4 a.m. reading comics like an idiot. That was my own fault. I'm sorry. That's also why there was no art stream yesterday, even though I promised there would be. It was all because I did not sleep last night. And I got a migraine and just conked out. Like, I meant to just take like a short 20-minute nap, and then it turned into, oh my god, I've been asleep for 3 hours. And I fell asleep face down on my bed with my legs just hanging off the side of it. which is a feat for me because my bed is quite tall and I'm very short. Because I'm only 5'1" in reality. And I tend not to wear heels, so that height very rarely changes. Like, I go around barefoot and wearing flip-flops, and that does nothing to assist in that, like, lacking in height thing that I have. Which is fine. I don't mind being short. Being short's kind of cool sometimes. Especially when you go on dates with people who are, like, over 6 feet. And then you're like, yes, this feels good. Like, they're tall, and I'm tiny, and I like it. Some anime told me brains only need glucose in the form of white bread. I trust it. They're professionals. Yeah, anime people, that sounds like a good source of nutritional info. Yeah, I did knock the flip out. I was like, I took an ibuprofen, and then I was like, okay, pain's going away. I think I'm just gonna take a short nap. I'm just gonna lie here for a few seconds. It'll be fine. And then 3 hours later, I woke up and I was like, oh dear God, what have I done? And by then it was like 9:30, and I was like, oh, this is way too late for an art stream. So that's why there wasn't an art stream yesterday. And I feel bad because I'm trying to get one out every day this month for Inktober, because that is a thing. And because I don't really have any like quality ink pens, and because I don't want to waste that much paper, I was like, I think I'm just gonna do art streams for the whole month with creepy subjects, because, you know, it's almost Halloween and I love Halloween, so might as well try and do something creepy to go with that theme. And I have sad news to report, because if you've listened to a couple of the earlier streams, you know, I had a spider living in my tub. His name was Frank, and I loved him dearly. But Frank kept living in my tub, so I had to continually move him and drag him out of the tub, which I felt bad about, but, you know, I didn't want him to die. I didn't want to drown him, so I was like, Frank, you gotta get out of the tub. I gotta shower. I gotta, you know, smell nice. If nobody else, at least for me. So I kept pulling him out of the tub, and then the next morning I find him back in the tub again. And I'm like, Frank, we're gonna have to go through this every day, or at least every other day. And then 3 days, and then like a couple of days ago, I looked at the tub and Frank wasn't there, and I was like, oh, Frank's learning. But actually, I haven't seen Frank in days, and now I feel sad because I'm like, oh, Frank's gone. I don't know where Frank went. I'm hoping Frank is still somewhere in the room eating all the bugs I hate and sticking around, because I actually do like having spiders in my room, because it makes me actually feel safer, because then I'm like, oh, there's less mosquitoes and other horrible bugs that I really just can't stand, like centipedes and stuff like silverfish and roly-polies and stuff, because, like, I have a deep-seated hatred and fear for things like scorpions and centipedes. I hate them. I hate them so much. Like, for real, you guys, I got bit by a centipede when I was really little because I thought it was a caterpillar, and I picked it up, and it bit me, and it stung like a because all centipedes are venomous. All of them. Did you know that? Because I didn't until later in life. Centipedes are awful. And plus, they're filled with, like, testosterone and, like, all those really aggressive hormones that, like, humans have in very small amounts. Scorpions and centipedes have them in an insane amount. Which is why they're just constantly aggressive and always biting the crap out of things. And I'm just like, nope. I want nothing to do with any of that. It's why I will never keep a scorpion as a pet. It's why I don't like scorpions. And it's also why I really don't like centipedes. But I do like spiders because spiders actually don't bite us nearly as often as people think they do. They're actually very reluctant to bite people because that's what they need their venom to save it for, you know, prey. So they're actually very reluctant to use it on like the big things unless like it actually seems like the big things are going to kill them. So long as you're nice to the spiders, they generally will not bite you. And I tend to leave them alone and let them go about their business, eating up all the other creatures I don't want in my room, like crickets or I don't know, whatever kind of bugs live in my room, because I hate to tell you guys this, but like, no matter how clean your room is, and trust me, my house is insanely clean. Just ask Rob. Like, my mom has a house cleaner, and like, this is after, like, we're just notorious clean freaks. Like, I'm super organized. My room is super clean. I'm always constantly picking up after myself. Like, the house is really clean. But, I mean, we still get bugs. I mean, every house has bugs in it. It is literally impossible to get rid of them. Like, even the most germophobic, like, bug scariest person has bugs in their house. Like, there is literally no getting rid of them. I'm sorry to anybody who's afraid of bugs, but that's just the truth. It's God's honest truth. There is no getting rid of bugs. They just exist. You just gotta accept it as part of your existence. But the good news is spiders help get rid of those bugs that are inherently harmful to us, like cockroaches and crickets. So I like having them around, but Frank's been missing, and I miss Frank. He was a good guy. Frank was a good spider, you guys. I miss him. Acceptance, become one with the bugs. Yes, exactly. And generally, I really don't mind bugs. I used to actually really like them when I was a kid. I thought I was going to grow up and be like an insect scientist or a herpetologist. That's really what I wanted to be when I was little. I wanted to be a herpetologist, or I wanted to study bugs because I really like both of those things. And I used to be afraid of spiders. And then what happened is I learned. And also I learned science takes a lot of math, and I hate math. I hate math so much. I hate it so much that when I was taking math classes in art school, I was like, look, physics and astronomy, those are both math and science credits. I'm gonna take those. I had to do 2 equations for both of those, and I was like, this is ridiculous and also hilarious, and yay! So, that's why, like, I know algebra and geometry and stuff, but, like, I cannot do calculus, and like, for real, like, just don't make me do math, you guys. I hate it. I refuse to do it. That's what the calculator on my phone is for. Like, I went to school for other things, not for math. I went to school to learn how to write properly. For cool things, like stuff I can't talk about. And also learned how to do art stuff, and then I took a crap ton of history classes that, oh my god, I took so many history classes, you guys. I took one on the history of fashion, which, oh my god, I was ready to kill the teacher in that class because, like, it was like, well, this designer already did that. I'm like, I don't know that. That's why I'm in this class. Why are you punishing me for not knowing fashion history when I am in the class to learn about fashion history? I was like, I don't know designers. That's why I'm in this class. I just want to learn when to write the correct costume so I don't get uptight nerds getting all over my case. I mean, they're always gonna get all over my case, but I don't want to get them more ammo than, like, needed. And, like, I'm a history buff, so I'm like, I kind of want to be right. And then, oh god. Anyway, that teacher was not nice to me, man. And she'd be like, oh, this just isn't, like, extreme enough, or like, oh, what was the stupid word she kept using that I wanted to, like, punch her in the face for? Like, wasn't Vogue, but, like, some other thing. And I'm just like, could you not? Like, all of these designs I keep looking at are reminding me of, like, Fashion Week in New York, and I hate that. Like, none of it's functional. No one's ever gonna actually wear that. Like, I feel so bad, because I actually do have a lot of respect for the fashion industry. It's just that part of my brain that's like, I don't get it. Please leave me alone. I just like wearing jeans and t-shirts. Why do I have to pay attention to this thing? I preferred my history of film class. That was more fun. Because I got to like watch movies for that class, which was, you know, always a good time. What the hell did I use for bone the first time? No, that's not what it was. I think it was this. I know that's very dark, but you'll see, guys. You'll see. It'll be worth it. And you know, I actually really like my the fashion industry is great. Every time I see a dude walk down the street in stupidly tight jeans, I think the fashion industry. Like, I'm not saying the fashion industry isn't great. I think it is great. It's just I know what my like I know where my limits are in the fashion industry, and I really just want it to leave me alone. Plus, you know, like, the fashion industry likes to be so avant-garde in some ways, but then in others, it's like, it's so restrained and restricted. Like, guys have to wear pants and girls have to be in skirts, and it's never the other way around. And I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever. As someone with Scottish heritage, I can tell you, guys should be in skirts. That actually makes just way more sense. Oh, I don't know. Like, anyway. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing guys in tight jeans as much as the next person who likes guys, but at the same point in time, I'd like to see the fashion industry shake it up. You know, skirts for dudes. Just saying. Might be interesting. Alright, so I got the texture for that bone. We're gonna go ahead. That up to the rest of it, and now we're gonna do the last bit, which is the wood of the jewelry down here, and then we will be done with the colors on Lipka, and then we can work on the background. Look, I loved kilts, okay? Shut up. It's just who I am. But I also honestly think that guys should wear more skirts. Like, they don't have to be kilts, just skirts. I know a sin by the things Mama prayed. I know of heaven by the line at its gates. I know of truth and America's way. Come drink the water if you want to be saved. Don't drink the water if it's not from my stream. It's a still water if it's not flowing free. Don't drink the water at the watering hole. 'Cause if you ain't got money, you can't save your soul. And all God's people said amen. And all God's people said amen. I know of sin by the things Mama prayed. I know of heaven by the line at its gate. I know of truth and America's way. So come drink the water if you wanna be saved. And all God's people said amen. And all God's people said amen. Nobody prays unless they lose the sun. They don't believe in God till the war's to be won. I know of lies by the truths I've been told. The biggest one is that we're not growing old. Well, it's not a sin if it don't make me cry. It's not the devil less as fine as eyes. It ain't the ghost if it don't speak in tongue. And it's not a victory till the battle's been won. And all God's people said amen. And all God's people said amen. Mm-hmm. 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 Alright, so this is the second step of my shading process, which is just blurring the edges of the drawn-in shading that I did. That is step 1. So this is step 2, and then once that's done, we register the layers, and then create a new one, put that one on multiply, grab our select tool, go in, and then we're going to use our gradient tool to create darker shades. And that's step 3. So I have 3 steps to my shading process now, and that's it. I used to have 4, and now I only have 3. Fairly quick and easy to do. And it's helped me get a lot faster at this. Now normally I'd be able to pop something like this out in like 2 days maybe. The reason why it's taking me so long is A, I was really tired yesterday, and B, I'm trying to do this in much shorter stints, like 1 to 2 hours, where normally I'm working on it for 4 to 8 hours a day. especially if it's a commission, and because with commissions I normally want to get them out like as soon as possible, just because I feel bad otherwise. Like, oh no, what did they think I'm not working on the thing that they paid me for? So I try normally to get those out much faster. But this is taking me a while just because I'm trying to get it done in 1 to 2 hour art streams instead of 3 to 4 hours. Or, I mean, usually it takes me like 6 hours to 8, depending, for a drawing like this. I think it's also taking me a while because I've screwed up a couple of times. I've had to go back and fix things. Like, I screwed up on I accidentally opened up the thumbnail and started coloring that instead of coloring the actual line art. So I had to go back in and actually resize it, which means I'm going to have to adjust the line art here before I do the final touches on that. Which is fine. That's fine. Okay, so now that I've done that. Okay, so now we're going to do our highlights. We're going to start on normal, and then if I don't like it, we'll go in and do it on screen. 3 steps to achieving success. Come to a bookstore near you. Oh, thank you. That's good. Yes, I like that. And now because this is a more solid surface, I've drawn like these detail lines, and I want to make sure they pop out. So I don't really go in my brush size. Very small, but still airbrush. And try to highlight them as much as I can. And it depends on like what coloring or what color I'm using, because sometimes I'll go in and highlight them with dark with the multiply instead of when I do it for the highlights, but this time we're doing it with the highlights. And this is shiny polished wood, so we're gonna make sure it shines. This is supposed to be jewelry, so only polished wood will do. Okay, now that we've done that, zoom out, and that's the highlights that we've gotten done. I'm just gonna very softly.
It's 20 hours.
Thank you, computer. Erase down here. Because I still want it to be rather feathered, and I don't want it to take over the whole thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and combine that to the other layer, and then we're going to new one, lock it in again, file, import, image. So, yeah, it's also Scottish because I was not paying attention to the regular English voice, so I had to give it like a Scottish bro, which apparently catches my interest way more than the English did. I tried all of them. Like, I tried, like, the British English voice and South African, and I tried, Australian, but the only one that, like, my brain actually keyed into was Scottish, and I was like, okay, this is just getting stupid now. But it worked, so I wasn't gonna argue. At least I think it's Scottish. It could be Irish. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've actually like paid attention to what the hell setting I have it as. Because I think I actually did change it at one point, and then I stopped paying attention to it because I changed it, and then I had to go back and change it back, and I was like, okay, so note to self, don't change the voice. It's kind of like how my iOS for my iPhone updated, and Siri's voice is no longer the same. It's different. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've noticed. It's different, and it threw me off, and I was like, this is not the voice that normally comforts me when I ask for a timer when I'm cooking. It's different. I don't know how to feel. I had a very small existential crisis over Siri's voice. I got over it, but it's still like I don't know what's happening. Who are you? You don't live in my phone? Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is different. This is weird. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I like that one. We're gonna stick with that one. I always like playing around with the different layer masks just to find the right approach for the right color and the right pattern. So, okay, so now that we've gotten all of that done, I'm gonna delete our pellets and delete the background. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, find the darkest color on his hair that I can, because that's gonna be the darkest shade in the drawing, and then, because this is just the coolest thing I've learned how to do, I'm gonna go edit, and where is it? Change color of line to drawing. So now actually, if you look at it, the black lines should not be black anymore. They should be that super dark brown instead. Although I don't think it worked. Maybe it did. Let's see. Huh. Edit. Change color of line to drawing. No? Okay, fine. I guess I will pick a slightly lighter color. Ugh. Fine. I found slightly miffed. It's because I am. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. That's what did happen. I get it. Alright. Let me zoom out. Edit. Change color of line to drawing. There we go. So now it's a little more blended in because it's a slightly lighter color. But the lines are still visible. So haha, suck it. It might be too light. I might have to go in and make it just slightly darker. Potentially. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. And now what I'm gonna do is... Actually, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna delete that layer. Which, it just made everything look really weird. I'm sorry. And file, import, image. Because apparently I saved it to artwork instead. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. Put it. RPG characters. Work in progress. That's where I put it. That's not the one I want. Where's the one? Ah! Oh, that is some bullshit. Did I just not do it right? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No! Oh my god, no. Why? Why do I hate myself? Dang it. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Fine. I guess I will just not have done that. Just fine. Fine. Ugh. Alright, you know what? Screw this. What I'm gonna do is... Because I'm trying to make the lines less pixelated. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn them blue, and lower the opacity. Delete that real quick. So I can just see the lines, and then we're gonna do this, and take black, and go over them one more time. Just so I have those nice, thin, seamless lines I need. Oh, for the love of God. There we go. That's better. Because, again, what ended up happening is I apparently used the thumbnail to alter the original line work instead of the actual line art. I used the thumbnail for it instead of the real file, so it came out much smaller. So when I tried to up the size, the lines came out pixelated at the edges, which I could either fix by blurring, which would be fine, but then the lines would still be super huge and thick, or, since I want to create some depth, going in and just redrawing them so that they are thinner and a little more seamless. And I'm gonna hope this does not ruin my underlying work that I've already done. Let's hope. Because if it does, I'm just screwed. There will be no fixing it. Yes, hello, hi Joe. I'm glad to see you back again. Did you get your paper done? Okay, so then once I fix the lines, then it will be time to go in and, oh god. And it will be time to go in and do the background, which will be very spooky, I promise. And it's gonna adjust the lighting of the drawing itself, which will be fun. You'll see. And I'm gonna get that done in this stream. I am. Suck it, I am. Oh, just get down. Okay, so I realized that my lines were very pixelated because I made a mistake when I took it into Fire Alpaca. What I accidentally did was I did my lines on the thumbnail of the PNG I had saved instead of actually opening up the correct file. So it's saved as this super small file size. So when I tried to resize it, my lines came out super pixelated, and I can't really fix them properly without going back and redrawing them completely. So that's what I'm doing. I'm redrawing my lines. But I'm doing them over lines I already had. So I'm trying to match them as precisely as I can. And nodded along too, pretending I was following. Dang it, Balin! Because otherwise, especially the bone lines came out way too thin, because those were adjustments that I made later. So I'm just trying to make sure that all the lines come out looking as seamless as possible. Because I'm not trying to be amateur hour here. This is something I took effort on. I want it to look like it took effort. Because it did! So, going back, changing my lines. With the pen tool, sent to pen pressure, and at 5. My friend does coding streams and I go to support her, and the whole time I'm just like, I understand nothing. Yeah. Well, okay, so basically, the original artwork was way too small. And then I went in and changed the size of it, and it got bigger. But the problem is when you resize an image, it doesn't change the actual resolution of it, so it just became super pixelated. And unfortunately, that meant my lines looked super pixelated and extra thick. So when I went back to try and do what I normally do when I finish my lines, it looked wrong. So I'm fixing that by going in and redrawing them. So, and I'm sorry that I have to do that, but that's what it's come to. To be fair, this should actually make it look better. just better. It should make it look better. I've got plans for this. I mean, I always got plans for my artwork, but now that I've got the art blog, I want to at least try and make things look more professional. I'm good with lines, just not the drawn ones, like crossing lines. I got that down. Pick up lines to make it look better. I got that one. Oh, you guys. I love you, nerds. You're the best. Ah, dang it. There we go. Ah! Longest video, why? There we go. Okie dokie. What I'm definitely not going to do is go back and redo all of my freaking coloring because that took me 2 days. I'm not doing that. I will redraw it, but I will not. No. I will not go back. I've gone too far. You, Balin, I'm calling you a nerd. That's okay because I love you. This far, no further. I wonder if I just sit here and watch long enough if I'll absorb some art knowledge like Artmosis. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I mean, that's how I learned was by watching, instructional art videos and by watching my teachers do it. It was a lot of watching them work and adopting their techniques and then adapting that to just how I naturally work with the medium. For my own individual style. Like, it was watching them, learning from them, and lots and lots of practice. That's all a lot of this is, It's just a lot of practice and study. Anyway, I mean, I got a healthy amount of pottery knowledge from my esteemed University of YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, let's go back to some music. Hit me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Every day, in from the sunshine, and in the shade, not too old, not too young, and again, with the moonlight, far away, I can hear your call. Out of my head, of my heart, in my mind, as if you run but you can't hide. I'm gonna make you mine. Out of my head, of my heart, in my mind, as I can feel how your flesh now is crying out for more. And weary tale is in your eyes. Your mistakes, too close, not too far. There's your pain, it's on side. Not just myself, as I hear your call. I'm out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. As if you run but you can't hide. I'm gonna make you mine. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. So I can feel how your flesh now is crying out for more. Ooh, 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 ooh. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. As if you'd run but you can't hide. I'm gonna make you mine. Out of my head, of my heart, and my mind. As you can feel how your flesh now is crying out for more. Nope. No. Rasputin, no. That one might do me in. It's alright, 'cause I'm with friends. So get it up again, it doesn't matter. No, I'm feeling like a ghost, and it's what I hated the most. So get it up again this time. This time I might just disappear. Oh, this time I might just baby. Time I might just disappear. Time I might just baby. Gonna heal me, but I'm none. So I just second swans. Stay out in my dream, it doesn't matter. Giving up the ghost. Fuck, it's you I hated the most. There's no guarantee, it doesn't matter. Time I might just disappear. Time I might just baby. Yeah. Time I might just baby. Time I might just disappear. Time I might just baby. Time I might just disappear. Time I might just baby. might just disappear. I might just disappear. Baby. I might just disappear. I might just baby. Alright, let's see if that ruined it. What in the hell is going on? What's happening? Oh god. No. Go away. Jesus Christ. Oy. Okay, so what I think is what I'm gonna do is yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. So first, I'm gonna quit that, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna fix it. Oh boy. We're gonna fix this. How we're gonna fix this, you might ask? Well, with our handy dandy clone stamp tool. Thank God for the clone stamp tool. Oh my god, what just happened? I don't know what happened, but I don't like it. I did not appreciate that one bit. Ah.
It's 2030.
Thank you, computer. Nope. Okay. Okay, there we go. I did it again. I don't know why that happened. Oh my god, stop doing that. Very slowly fixing this problem that I created for myself. Oh, why? Mm. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I know how gross that is. Especially on camera. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Slowly coming together. Oh, crap. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, what can I talk about? So in recent Red news, I've started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I wasn't watching it before, and I really like it. It's a good show. I wish I'd been watching it all along, but I had not, and I apologize for that. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I am. I'm apologizing. I should have watched it before. It was a good show. It is a good show. Whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up because I hear this current season is supposed to be great. So yeah. All right. Anybody active in the chat? Let's see. Oh, I have 4 viewers now, though. Hello. When the stream's gonna be tomorrow? I'm hoping to have it up at 3 o'clock. California Standard Time. So Pacific Standard Time. And it might work out for me that way. It might not. Who knows? Because I try to have these things worked out ahead of time, and it doesn't always work out for me the way I would like. But I will try, and we will see how things go. It should hopefully turn out okay. And that's what I'm going to aim for anyway. So I hope to be out at Rob's place at noon, and I hope to have his stuff put together and done by 2:30, so that I can prep the stream and be on to entertain you guys with the next stream. I am still hoping to at least start on the background for this tonight. So I am going to get this stupid friggin' Fix-It done, and then I will, at the very, very least, get the line art finished. And then next stream should be finishing up this one and starting on the John Constantine piece that I've been working on for a while. I actually did a stream where I drew it on stream, but I've gone back and since edited it because I didn't like how the arm was positioned at one point. So I was like, I'm gonna fix this. And then I did, and it looks a lot better now. And I started coloring it, and it looks awesome so far. So I would like to do that for Inktober, just because it kind of fits in the spirit of Halloween. No, just a bit, because John Constantine's supposed to be the spooky comic. So that's what I'm going to work on next. And if you have any suggestions for anything else you'd like to see me do during Inktober, please, for the love of God, let me know, because after John Constantine, for real, I have like one idea and that's it. Like, I'm running out of ideas here. At least as far as like the creepy stuff goes. And it is my intention to keep this up all month long. The entire month. So please, for the love of God, give me ideas. You can send them to me via Ask on the art blog. If you know me on Tumblr and are following my RP blog, which I know you guys are, no! Dang it, even! I love you, but no! That is not what we're doing this month. This month is creepy. Atreus is not creepy. He is the least creepy of the stupid Mass Effect RPs that stupid Mass Effect OCs that I've created, so he is definitely not going to be something I work on this month. I love him. I love him very much. Tell you what, for February, I will do an art stream featuring nothing but Atreus. But this is October. I need creepy things. Creepy things to work on. Spooky, scary things, like spooky, scary skeletons. I don't know. Just not Atreus. I love him, but he's basically, Cupid. Cupid is not scary. I know you love Eamon. I know you love Atreus. I love Atreus too. But I'm trying to work on other stuff this month because I'm trying my best to branch out and work on stuff. Work on being more I don't know, varied as an artist. There we go. So. Flexible. Balin, get your head out of the gutter. For once mine was not there. Anyway, if you have any creep-tastic ideas for Inktober, please let me know. I will be happy to work on them. So anything super creepy, anything sort of spooky, anything generally in the spirit of Halloween, I will happily work on any of those things. So please let me know on my art blog. I suppose you could inform me on Discord as well of anything you would prefer to see this month. Again, in the spirit of Halloween, not in the spirit of Mass Effect, as much as I love Mass Effect, and I do love it, it's just right now I'm a little burned out on it, so we're going to try and work on other stuff this month. Good news is, my plan of copy color is coming along fairly well, I have to say. That was a good plan, good plan. To fix my own stupid mistake. No! There we go, that's better. This is very labor intensive though. I have to keep clicking. So much clicking. No! Hey! Hi, Morgan! Alright, so everybody, I am very blessed to have my buddy Morgan in the chat. Morgan, who knows me in real life. And not just through my art streams or through the YouTubes or even through the Tumblrs. So they know exactly how crazy I am in real life. They are also familiar with the drama I've been talking about for the last couple of art streams, which has been going on in my local trans group that I am a part of. So much drama. So much unnecessary drama. I am a cool bean. Morgan, I love you. Morgan is great. They're oh my god, Morgan, I forgot how young you are, but you're not of drinking age yet, are you? Like, and that just screams like baby to me. Morgan was actually a part of the notorious Pathfinder group that I talk about sometimes. The one that put a 12-year-old in charge of a nation and caused a uprising led by a bunch of prostitutes who they kept hiring in order to escape from the random encounters of tiefling assassins I was sending after them. And it kept working! Like, really well! Yes, I did talk about you. I did. Because I love you and you guys are hilarious and just, like, I could not make up the kind of insanity that you people, like, caused in a campaign I actually put effort into. I was not expecting it out of you guys. I was expecting you to be tame, and you were not. You were the exact opposite of tame. Causing havoc. All kinds of crazy havoc. You're the best DM for putting up with our insanity. Thank you. I am. To be fair, you guys did great. It was just, you know, so much weird crap happened, and then, like, the worst was when you guys were in that mansion trying to figure out whether or not he was a part of, you know, the demon cult, or if he had anything to do with the missing bodies, or the king's assassination. And I was like, yeah, they'll, like, have to search so hard for this clue that I, like, spent a couple hours working in. And no, it took you, like, no time at all, because you all decided collectively, let's steal all the rugs! And my stupid butt had hidden the major clue under a rug. I was like, great. Great. Something I spent so much time on. Just gonna steal it and ruin all of my plans. To be fair, though, didn't you guys get a free cat out of that, too? And, like, a whole bunch of coin because I was not rolling well that day? Or, I mean, I was, but only on the things that just should not have been rolled high on. Like, for instance, the loot. The loot that you guys got was insanely out of level. Because I did not have the best roll that day. Yes, I asked a cat if it wanted to come with us, and it just said, yeah, sure. I think at that point I was just like, and this entire adventure is going downhill, might as well. I mean, I totally had plans for that cat. I did. I miss that adventure party, man. I miss DMing. DMing is fun, you guys. I like being the dungeon master. Like, don't get me wrong, I like being the player too, but I like being the dungeon master because then, like, not everything is on me. I'm one of those DM that's like, I just want to send my players on an adventure and see how they do. These are my beautiful children. I just want to see them have fun. That's the kind of DM I am, you guys. I just want to see all my players have fun. We stole everything from that mansion, including the cat. You did. You stole so much stuff. So much stuff, you guys. There was so much stolen swag. And I was just sitting there with my head in my hands like, oh dear God, what did I do? I still think the best, though, was when you guys decided, let's also investigate the barracks, and Blunk went in, like, drunk and breathing fire and wearing a blanket. Lunk, by the way, being the party's half-orc barbarian, who was not very intelligent. And, oh boy. Oh, Lunk. Precious, precious Lunk. What's better than a drunk half-orc? A drunk half-orc wearing a blanket cape and breathing fire. Yup. Didn't he have a bucket on his head too, or was that just my imagination? Am I just remembering things wrong? Probably seems legit. So I've opted to act as a spy for Morgan, and the group. So I'm gonna spy for them on the other trans group that's causing problems in our area, because I don't know why they insist on causing problems, but they are, and I'm not gonna put up with it, even though I'm moving out of the area, because they're messing with my babies, and I've gone into full-blown, like, parrot and bear mode, and I'm just not dealing with this bullshit anymore. And it helps that they, for, like, some reason, find me intimidating. Like, I'm very small, but apparently I can be intimidating when I need to be. God knows why. Or at least I assume that's why they refuse to reply to me on Facebook. Like, they'll harass everybody else, but the second I get involved, all of a sudden they're quiet. I totes know that I'm feeling red. I used to facilitate a trans youth group. 12 to 8, right? And you're like, what the frick is this, are these people doing that they have to act this way? Like, I'm just so mad that it's like this non-profit that's supposed to be benefiting, you know, the trans in the area, and instead they're just causing unnecessary drama and taking over a community that's already there and been established. You know, in a fairly conservative area too, like... They just don't get it. It's really what it boils down to. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, because I messed up in the initial drawing phase, because see what happened is I accidentally drew the line art on a thumbnail instead of on the actual save file, which meant that the line art was too small. So I went to resize it, and it came out really super pixelated. Like, the skin looked fine. The stuff I'd already colored looked fine, but the line art not so much. So I decided to go back and redraw it, and that caused some problems. So now I'm going in with my copy tool to basically fix the errors that generated. As quickly and seamlessly as possible. Hi, Manga Studio. Why do you do that? I hate it. It's very annoying. There we go. In the background, my dog. Being my dog. It's just, he's very loud. Yeah, they
It's
never
21
replied to
hours.
you. You're too well spoken and direct. Thank you, I appreciate that. Finally, it comes in handy instead of just getting me into trouble. So I have volunteered to spy on the other group because the other group is being obnoxious and I'm just not going to put up with it. And since they find me intimidating and probably won't confront me actually in person, it seemed like I was the best choice. Not that I'm going to go there expecting confrontation, but if it happens, Lord knows I'm not going to put up with it. And I don't normally have to do this. Normally, when I get to this stage and I've finished the coloring, what I will do is I will change the color of the lines, because I start black just so I can see it. And then, once I'm done, I will go in and pick a semi-dark shade from the drawing, and I will use that shade for my lines, because there's a neat tool that Manga Studio has that lets me do that, and it just changes it automatically for me. I don't have to go in and do it manually, which is nice, because doing things manually can be, well, clearly, as you can see here, time-consuming, difficult, and sometimes rather annoying. So I'm glad there's a tool that lets me just go in and fix things. But because there is no such tool for, but because I messed up the lines, like, I had to go back and I have to fix it, because otherwise it just looks weird, and then I'm not, so basically I'm just going in and adjusting the color so they line up with the new lines, which thankfully I don't have to go back and recolor the whole damn thing. It's just some slight adjustments that need to be made, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I'm sure this seems particularly boring for you guys, in which case I'm very sorry. It's basically just cleanup. And I should be done fairly soon. I'm almost done with it, I swear. But Lord knows the eyes are difficult as frick. It's cool, it's cool. Hey! Okay. Just gotta do the last of the hair, I think. And then we'll check and see if I'm done. There we go. No, stop. Okay. Well, looks like the only one where I went too thin is on the bone, which is fine. I'd rather be too thin than too thick. Because being too thin means I just have to erase. I don't have to use my clone tool. And if I've missed a couple of spots, I'm not going to worry too much, because I'm hoping that when I go in and do the background, because the rest of it's on transparent, it should just blend right in. And even potentially create some neat, like, refocusing or some extra lighting, which might be interesting, but still I want to make sure that it's not too crazy. Love how that sounded like you were falling off a chair or something. Really? Because I wasn't. I wasn't even like really moving. I mean, I've got a chair over here that I'm sitting on, but the only thing that's happening is I'm kind of mildly adjusting. Morgan, you missed all the singing. I was singing earlier. I was. Be right back. Food is required. Food is important. Go eat food. I can hear Law and Order in the background. I'm just like, Mom's watching Law and Order. How can I tell? Because I hear it in the background. You did! Because sometimes when I do my art streams, I sing. Especially in like the beginning, because like I get bored and junk. And when I'm bored, I turn on my music and then I sing along. It actually happens quite frequently. I don't know why I did that voice, but I did. It was there, and it happened. Dear creators of Manga Studio, what in the F is wrong with your program? Why does it keep wanting to shut me out? I love it in every single other way, but there's this one problem where it keeps continuously wanting to shut me out, and I'm just like, why? Don't you love me, Manga Studio? I love you. Why do you want to shut me out? We should just talk. Don't shut me out. Talk about your feelings. Dang it. Damn it. Stop tying on me, phone. Crap that. Stop that. Oh, it's not just any Law and Order, it's Law and Order SVU. It's really sad that I can tell that all the way across the house and behind a closed door. Ooh, sweet and sour chicken. What are you humming? Sounds so familiar, but I can't place it. It's driving me crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I think what I normally default to is a dream is a wish your heart makes from Cinderella. Because, I don't know, Disney for life, whatever. It sounded so, uninspired. Like Disney, I don't know, whatever. Oh, there we go. So much better, you guys. So much better. Okay, so now we can delete that. And now, we go in. We select a color from this super dark selection. We out. All about that Disney life. Right. Okay. And now what we do is edit, change color of line to drawing. And ta-da! Then what we're gonna do. One, go, makes it look darker, and combine. I finished the lines! Alright. Now, we're gonna start in on the background. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna create 2 layers, one on top, one below. We're not gonna use the top one just yet. We're gonna use the bottom one. We're gonna import image, my color palette. So I need reference color palette. Let's go with this one. And I want to use this color palette. So we're going to start off with this, and then we're going to hide that. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to start coloring in the background with watercolor. Because I'm not really trying to create anything too crazy. I just want to kind of create this creepy realistic background, and my shadows are on top and the light's coming from below. So we're going to really pile on the colors from the top because this is watercolor, which means we have to add color to get it to seep in. And this is going to create kind of a murky look in the background, which is good because that's what I want. So we're going to go around the edges here and make those a little darker. And then to assist us, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to my to my gradients, grab night sky. We're just going to put that on multiply, I think, or you know what, let's do overlay. Or not, we'll put this one on normal and put that one in the background, and then we'll put this one over it and put this one on multiply. Or color, I don't know, we'll find out. We'll find a good solution here. Basically what I'm trying to do, fuck it, I don't care. We'll add this in later. Basically what I'm trying to do is I want to create this very shadowy, dark background. Just to create this kind of murky, mystical kind of atmosphere going on. So we're just gonna pile on the murky colors in the background here. Then we're going to slowly fade into this green from the top up. So the good thing about watercolor is you can blend it very well. Alright, so now that we've finished with the liner magic, we're going to create kind of this glow going on in the background. And this is going to be from magic. I'm just kind of trying to create sort of a murky, mystical kind of look going on in the background here. Kind of smoky almost. And okay, so go back to our palette, pick the next light shade. We're going to go back to our background. Add that on top of the color we just put down, creating an even lighter shade. Remember, I'm just trying to create this kind of creepy, glowy atmosphere, both to highlight the character we have in the foreground and also to create kind of a mysticky, murky setting for him to exist in, because that is very Lebka. Lebka is very much a mysticky, murky kind of guy. So we want to create as much of that atmosphere as possible. We can do that, thankfully, with watercolors to create kind of that really watered down effect. And then we're going to go back in here. We're going to grab our darkest shade, go back here, and layer that back in some more. Just around the edges. Pull some more of that blue in. Okay, good night. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Next art stream, we will be working on John Constantine. Fun, fun. Okay, so that's very smoky. Okay. And then... uh-oh. I put that on another layer. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Alright. How do I want to do this? I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna go with soft light, just because it's got that really nice dark we were going for. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a whole new gradient. So we're gonna go back to our gradient. We're gonna take the one that I always use when I'm doing this, is photosphere. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in these colors from our palette into the gradient. So it's gonna go from one color to the next. At least I'm pretty sure that's the gradient I used. I could be wrong. I think I am. Shit. Alright. Crap. I don't really want to mess with any of the gradients I have, though. Gradient. Race. Parent, foreground to background. Yeah, okay. In that case, what we're going to do is for the background color, we're going to take that green. Now we're going to go to green. So now, see, there it is. Okay, cool. So now, what we're going to do this, and then this is the layer that goes over. And we're going to go over that and soft light, and then just so it's barely there. Yep. Yeah, okay. And then so there's a couple effects I'm going to do for his eyes. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using their normal palette, I'm going to use mine or something cool. I want the eyes to glow. Stop it. Okay. And then so now that looks like they're growing. Just gonna lower the opacity. So it looks like they're glowing a little. The eyes. And just so we
It's
know what that looks.
21:30.
Thank you, computer. A little sharper. We're going to take it completely out of the pupils. So that way, the pupils look darker, like the glow can't reach them. But it can reach all the way around. And that is how we create an excellent glow look. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add his shadow to the background. And how we're going to do that is we are going to take this layer I just created, move it down, and we are going to use our hard airbrush tool on hard. And we're going to set this to subtract. And then you don't want his shadow to be too far off in the background. And basically what we're doing is we're just drawing his outline to create the proper shadow in the background. So it blends him in to where he exists in the picture. Stop that. God damn it. Okay. So now we've got his shadow. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add another fun effect with our specialty tools. Sand cloud, which is a great way to create smoke, or in this case, we're going to create something of a mist. Stop that. And I don't want there to be too much of it, but I do want it to be present. Okay. And to make it a little more official, add some flame from our flame tool. Just to make it look a little more sinister. Okie dokie. And I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm good with it. What do you think, guys? Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to do too much, but I wanted it to really have kind of a spooky look to it. Okay, so now we've got all of that down. We're going to go ahead and merge all of our layers together. And then we're going to save and export this baby. File, export, JPEG. Yep, and save. Okie dokie. That's going to be smaller than I normally do, but yeah. I like any of the background is simple, goes nicely with the composition. Also has, yay, I'm glad it has a spooky vibe. Okay, cool. So there we go. I've done one pick of Lepka being a super creeper. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad I could get this finished. I'm surprised how quick that background went down. Thank God for the watercolor tool. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Even if you were only here at the last few minutes. I'm glad to have you. This is what my art streams are normally like. So hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow. I will be streaming earlier in the day at 3, and then maybe again later in the day. It depends on how things go with Rob. I will be in California City having a good time with him. Thanks again for showing up. If you want to see more of these, remember to subscribe to our channel, especially here on Twitch. I know we're only like 10 or 9 subscriptions away from being able to pull in some advertising money on Twitch, so if you guys could subscribe or share us with people who think might enjoy this, go ahead and do that. We also have the Teespring store up, so if you guys want to hit that up, that's cool. You can see the finished artwork for this or anything else that I've been working on my art blog, which is redputsartinyourface.tumblr.com. Thanks again for joining me. This has been the 3rd art stream for Inktober, and I will continue to have an art stream every day of October until Inktober is over. So remember to join in every day this month. Alright, cool. Thanks for popping in. Oh, right. If you have any prompts or ideas for things you'd might like to see me draw this month, especially if they're creepy, spooky, or have any relevance to Halloween, please hit up either either my Tumblr, the Discord page. If you know me in person, hit me up there. Let me hear it, because I only have so many ideas, you guys. So thanks again for joining me. Tomorrow we will no longer be working on Lepka, because he's done. So we're going to start in on John Constantine. So that should be fun. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.